So, hello guys, we are about to start the session in couple of minutes. Uh, yeah, recording will be provided there itself in the group in coming 1 to 2 days just after the session. But yeah, guys, keep the question with yourself. Be ready with your question because you're not going to get the time during the session. So yeah, I think our mentor has also joined. Hello, sir.
Hi Ayush, how are you doing?
Great, sir. And what about you?
Absolutely fine. Really looking forward to this. We already have 35 people. Hello everyone. Okay, great. So I think it's already 8, so I'm going to just start. Yeah, so what we can do, Ayush, is if you can also put a message on the group because I noticed there were almost 130 people. So let's just tell them that the session has started. So if there's anybody who is still needs a reminding, they can join, right?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Second thing is, okay, so guys, the rest of you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my own screen so that, okay, this is sorted. Let me share the screen. 1 second. Okay. So you guys should be able to see my screen right now, and let me go to my presentation and I'm going to switch it on. Okay. A really funny thing happened when I was taking this session. I like most of us over here, I was also using a cracked version of Microsoft Office. So today, for some reason, it detected that it was a cracked version and it called it unlicensed. So I was not being able to edit my resume, my presentation at all. So a lesson for the future that once you're running a business, you need to have your PowerPoint on. But anyway, really welcome all of you to the session. My name is Captain RICHIK. I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. But in the meanwhile, before you start, just a couple of instructions for you. First thing first, if you already have your resume, that's great. If you don't have it, never mind. But at least keep a job description ready. All of you know what a job description is. It's the description that's available on Naukri.com or Monster.com or anywhere on the internet, like LinkedIn jobs. So just figure out one job description that you want to apply to and keep it ready. So how many of you have it ready? Can you quickly tell me in the chat that how many of you have a JD ready? Tell me JD, Jack Daniels. No, job description. Tell me JD on the chat if you have a job description ready. Mohan, recording will be provided to you by MFL. Don't worry about it. Okay. Prem already has it. Great stuff. Okay. So what I'm going to do is if you don't have it right now, I'm giving you 2 minutes before I start. So quickly go and just search on the internet for a specific job description and keep it ready right now. So guys, why I am telling this is so important is that this is a workshop. If you read point number 3, so it's not a general class where I'm giving you gyan and whether you're listening or not, it's very different. I want you to be working. Okay. So you will be working, I will be speaking. Yeah. Oh, great. Hi, Sashwat. Good to see you here. Yeah. Sure. Even for the SSB, we can be in touch. No issues. Yeah. Great stuff. Okay, others. So get your job description ready. If you already have it ready, it's great. Okay, so let me see. Some of you are not participating. So guys, one more thing is this is not going to be a one-way interaction. I require you to participate back. So while you are searching for your job descriptions, it will be great if you tell me from where in India or outside India are you joining in right now. Let's see this. Quickly, come on, guys. Okay, great. Mridul is from Delhi. Hi, Mridul. I know you. So fantastic to see you in the session. Sonika, I have met you as well. Okay, so good to see you here. Okay, she's also from Delhi. Fantastic. Prem is from Hosur, Tamil Nadu. That's fantastic. Prem, I did my 12th from Chennai. Good to see you here. Okay, great. Muradabad. Okay, amazing. Priya is also from Delhi. Jebin is from Kochi. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Kashish is from Siliguri. Oh, great. Siliguri is very close to my heart. I have served, the Bengdubi cantonment there. Being an army officer, I was based out of there for a while. It's good to see you. Mukul is also from Delhi. Fantastic. Komal from Delhi. Shikha is from Jamshedpur. Okay, great stuff. Oh, I have Odisha. I have Alwar. Okay, great. Gaya, Mumbai. Okay, fantastic. So now people from Mumbai are joining in. Okay, great. Nirmal is from Telangana. Okay, no. Karthik is from Nirmal, Telangana. I have not heard of this place. Okay, great. Saharanpur. Okay. Hyderabad. Okay, fantastic. So we have two people from Hyderabad. Great stuff. Suraj is from Madhya Pradesh. Okay, very nice. And Anil is from Karnataka. So whenever you write Madhya Pradesh and Karnataka, that basically means you are from a city that is not so easily recognizable. Otherwise, you always mention Bangalore, like Prakash has done. Okay, great. Soham is from Surat. Okay, fantastic, great. So I hope the others in the meanwhile have got your job description ready. So I'm going to try that one more time. If you have your job description ready, tell me JD on the chat. Great. Okay, Mukul, thank you so much. Others. Okay, so the password Neha is okay. I'll just share it once the others put JD. In the meanwhile, let me just leave the password. It's TIGen123. I've just put it on the chat. It's the interview generator. Capital T, capital I, capital GEN 123. Yeah. So you can just ask them to get that password going. Okay, great stuff. So let's start. Before you start, I also want you to open this link, right? If you click on this link, it's going to open up. What I'll do is I'll also share it with you on the chat. Give me a sec. Let me copy this for you. So it's tiny.cc. Okay, so this is opening up the form directly. So let me just share this with you as well. So all of you, I have shared the link with you. 1 second. Right. So if all of you open up this link, you should be able to open up the form that you see on the screen right now. Could you just tell me works, WORKS, if it's working for you? Just tell me works on the chat if the link is working for you. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Mukul. Thank you, Priya. Great stuff. Others, guys, there are 60 people on the call. I would love it if there is some more participation. Okay, great stuff. Awesome. Okay, now that we are set with this, let's start with the workshop. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome to the interview generator. Okay, what I want to do over the next 2 hours is I want to teach you to write resumes that make sure you get an interview call for every job you apply. Okay, so there are two things that goes into this. First thing first, most companies, like almost 95% companies, especially the Fortune 500 companies, the bigger companies, they use this software called the Applicant Tracking System. Okay. Now I'll tell you a little bit more about it, but it rejects 90% of all resumes that it parses, which means if you apply to Google 100 resumes, only 10 make it to the HR. 90 resumes are rejected. I am going to teach you how to beat this software, any ATS in the world, once and for all. Second thing, I told you 10, but even after the ATS is done, the HR has got like 1,000 resumes in front of him or her. So it takes the maximum time he or she spends is 30 seconds. So in that 30 seconds, how do you make the HR's eyes light up is what you will learn today. Okay. After this session, you will never ever have to worry about hiring a professional to write your resume, which frankly I think is the worst thing you can do. Okay. Second thing, you will never have to spend a single rupee on this Zeti.com and Novo Resume. Why? Because I've built a resume generator myself, which is ATS friendly, and I'm going to give it to you free of cost. In fact, the link that I've given you, I've already given it to you free of cost. Okay, does this sound exciting? Can we go ahead? Tell me a BIO, bring it on the chat if we can start with the session. Great, I'm loving the Josh. Finally, it's coming through. BUI, huh? Okay, thank you, Sonali. It's BIO, bring it on. Okay, great. Awesome. I want to see a little bit more Josh, guys. There are 66 people on the call. Let's have an explosion of BIO. Okay, awesome. Great stuff. Okay, great. Thank you so much, guys. Keep this Josh up. And I'm going to start. A little bit about me. Who am I to, come to this? Komal, you can ask the question. In the meanwhile, let me just introduce myself. As you can see on the left, when I usually show people this photograph, they say that, listen, this is not you, it's Photoshop. And I'm like, why the hell would I Photoshop myself to be This is me when I was graduating from National University of Singapore in 2011, right? I had got a full scholarship to go and study there. I had got a 95% in 2007 in my boards. In those days, 95% was a big deal. Okay. But then as I got into my engineering, I realized that, I am really not meant to be an engineer. So after doing my engineering, I did not work in the corporate. I thought, okay, let me see if I tried to start a company at that time, but it was something I did not love doing. Then I prepared for my civil services for a year. I became a volunteer. Then I joined the army. Okay. And this is me in 2016. This is me passing out from Indian Military Academy. And I passed out as the best officer cadet. That's me receiving the medal for that award from almost 200 of my batchmates. Yeah. So, and then after this, with the army, I have also started this company called Urify, right? So what is more relevant to you is between this, I have also served as the national director for youth programs of the Art of Living. So I was the youngest youth director. So I was handling a network of 10,000 teachers, and we are present in almost 20,000 colleges in the country. So in the last 2 years, I have interacted with, you can say, close to say 30-40,000 students, and I found that they really have a challenge in making the resumes. So based on that experience is what I've built this workshop that I'm sharing with you today. Yeah. Komal, your question, I'm pursuing an MBA and for placements. Yes. So Komal, when you are working in a college, since you've asked this question, you have a specific format. Please follow that format for your placements. Okay. But what I will suggest to you is that you should not only be relying on the placements for your job. You should definitely be looking at off placement training. So any job you apply to outside of your placements, you should be using the format that I'm teaching you today. Okay. So with that, let's not waste any more time. Let's start. We're talking about resumes. My first question to you, what is a resume? Okay, let's see. What do you guys think a resume is? What is it supposed to do? A face value of your own self. I love the expression, Priya. It's the face value. Okay, great. It's that glow and lovely, hoping to show that you're a great. Anusuya, you in a paper. Okay, great stuff. How do you even put yourself in a paper? Interesting. Okay, great. Others, guys, participate. Come on. Why are only 2 people answering? I want all of you to participate. So great stuff. A summary of all your struggles. Okay, fantastic. Shortest description of who you are, your skills, and what you can do the best. Okay, great. To know someone's skills in a piece of paper. Great, Sonali. Okay, awesome. Okay. Blueprint of your abilities. I like the English, Lasya. A lot of you seem to be English majors here. I'll ask you later what you guys are doing, but I love the answers. Come on, I want others also to answer, guys. It'll be great if all of you participate. It's a complete profile. Okay, great. Finally, I'm getting answers close. Journey from nursery to higher studies. Okay, great. Describing yourself professionally. Okay, fantastic. Great. Thank you for participating. The others, I will really request if you can participate. Shadow of a person. Okay, great, Sunny. Thank you so much. Okay, here is the deal. All the answers that you have given, okay, none of them are close to what a resume actually is. Put it simply, you're all wrong. Okay. I think Hanuman is got the right thing. The last answer is the right thing. Why? Because he's used those words relevant to a job. Okay. This is your first blow your mind moment. Yes. Now I'm getting the right answers. Okay. A resume is not a Janam Kundli. It is not you from nursery to right now. It is not all your skills, all your experiences. It's not. As Prashant has placed it perfectly, your resume is an advertisement. Okay. And the basic of an advertisement is that it is relevant to what the company is looking for. Okay. So your resume is an advertisement that is tailored to the company's needs. Let me give you an example. Look at these 2 ads. The ad on the right is usually what a resume looks like. So this is your advertising to somebody who's looking to lose their weight. I think that's all of us, right? During the lockdown. Just joking. So, look at this. So there is, on the right, you have no idea what's going on. How do you even get $20 for losing 1 pound, and what are these things, etc., etc. Right? It's a khichdi. This is what a resume looks like. Look at the resume on the left. Okay? The entrance is so big, but when you're coming out, it's so thin. Right? It's very relevant and it catches attention immediately. Do you see the difference between an information brochure and an advertisement? Is this clear to you? Yeah? Tell me clear if you are able to make out the difference between the left and the right. The difference between an information brochure and an advertisement. Is everybody clear? Yes? Okay. Hanuman, I'm going to repeat myself. So on the right, what you see is an information brochure, right? It has got everything that's there that these guys have to offer, which makes it very difficult for the message to come across. Whereas on the left, an advertisement is clear, it's simple, it's specific to the pain point that whoever you're advertising to is looking for, right? In this place, the company you're applying to. Okay. So now my next question to you is, for a weight loss company, it's very easy to understand what the person is looking for. For a company, how do you know what the company is looking for? Has the company already told you? If yes, how? How has the company told you what they're looking for? Right. Thank you, Mukul, Prem, Karthik. Great. The JD, for those of you who are new on the call, the job description. Right? So that means the job description becomes the most critical document based on which you need to make your resume. But do you know what Naukri.com says? And I know a lot of you will agree. Do you know how much time an average Indian job seeker spends looking at the job description? Take a guess. In number of seconds. How many seconds does 1 second, 10 seconds? Guys, give yourself a little bit more credit. Right. The answer is 30 seconds. Right. You spend just 30 seconds looking at a job description, which is your Gita, Bible, Quran, whatever you believe in. It's the holiest document for which you need to create your resume for. Today, I'll teach you how to use the job description to craft a resume. Okay. I know things are getting very exciting. Let's move on. I'm just repeating myself. Remember, a resume is a marketing document. Okay. Your job description has certain keywords for the skills and experiences the company is looking for. Your resume needs to match them. I will show you how. Second, it needs to be wow, right? Every statement on the resume needs to show that this is not one guy who has struggled through life, like one of you mentioned, but it's a candidate who is special. Don't worry, I will teach you how. I'm repeating myself. It is not a summary of all your skills and your life. Okay. When you're writing that, when you're giving an information brochure, you're telling two things. First things, listen, I don't have time to target your needs. Second, listen, this is everything I've done. Please tell me something fits your need. I am begging you. And no company wants to hire a beggar, right? They are looking at people who have the skills that they are looking for. Right? How many of you already, it's just been 10 minutes we started. I hope I have been able to shift your perspective. Tell me PERS on the chat if I've been able to shift your perspective on what a resume needs to be. Right? PERS. Great. I'm seeing the participation is increasing. Fantastic. Okay, awesome. Others, I hope I've been able to shift it for you. Great stuff. Awesome. Okay. So now let's get hands-on and let's start going. Great. I see the participation is increasing. Fantastic. So I told you about this ATS, right? What the hell is this ATS? So anybody recognizes this game? Let's see. Come on, guys. I hope you guys, I know like, okay, great. Awesome. You guys remember Mario? Okay, great. So all the guys on the call, I am sure you have heard Bachpan se, right? Ki, bhai, if you want the dream princess, You better get your dream job first. I think I've been tired of hearing the same thing. So that's why I replaced the dream princess with the dream job. Okay. And if you are Mario, this dragon in between is what is the ATS. And like I mentioned to you, more than 95% guys of all Fortune 500 companies. That includes your Google, Microsoft, IBM. If you're in the big four, right? Procter and Gamble, BCG Consulting, all of these big companies, they use this software. And on their website, when you Google it, it's streamlined the recruiting process. But what does it actually mean? It rejects 90% of all resumes received. Okay. You must be wondering why. Why the hell would a company do this? It's unfair. Let me tell you why. Okay. I was very good friends with the HR head of Uber. His name is Desu. He's currently working with Gojek. He's moved out of Uber. So I asked him the same question. So he said, Richik, do you know how many resumes Uber gets? Okay. For one job posting in one day. Number of resumes for a single job posting in one day. Can you guess the number? I'm going to ask the same question to you. How many resumes do you think Uber gets? Okay, Karthik, that's bang on. That's bang on. So I'll be other, since Karthik is already given the right answer. The answer is 10,000 resumes. And this is Uber. So imagine for Google and Microsoft. So it is not possible for any HR to go through 10,000 resumes in a single day. So what do? They have made this software that basically converts your resume into text. Okay. And then it scans for the keywords. And if it finds the relevant keywords, it passes it on to the HR. Okay. What are the relevant keywords? Can anyone take a guess? How does it know what keywords to search for? Right. I hope I am showing you the importance of the job description. Right? It searches for the keywords that are there in the job description. Okay. So once you use the JD and you use some formatting tips that I will teach you, your resume will beat any ATS in the world. Okay. This is my challenge to you. I'll ask the same question to you at the end of the session. Let's see. Okay. So based on this knowledge, what do you need to do? I have designed this 5-step resume writing approach, which I think is absolutely brilliant. And I want to share this with you. Okay. So the first thing first, like I explained to you, you need to identify the skills and the experience that is demanded for any position you apply to, right? Once you have done that, second is to write a keyword rich summary. Now, why is the summary so important to hook the HR? Is because whenever your HR reads a resume, okay, the first thing he reads is the summary. Some people call it the objective, but it's the part that appears right on top. Okay. So now remember, only 30 seconds. So if the summary is brilliant, it has the right keywords, then it's going to hook the HR. His or her eyes are going to light up and he or she will want to read further. I'm going to show you a brilliant hack by which you can make sure that the HR, the moment he or she reads your summary, they will have to read the rest of your resume. Okay. Third, whatever you write in the resume, it should impress the HR. I will show you how to do it. Okay. Then, we have these formats. What about how, if I have employment gaps, education gaps, how do I show my experience on top? Where do I show college projects? I'm going to show you the exact format you require depending on your individual situation, right? It depends from you, depending on what you're doing right now. Okay. And finally, we're going to polish it for power and impact. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. Has it been interesting so far? Tell me INT if it's been interesting so far, and we can get down to business. Priya, IIT. Okay, great. INT, guys. Okay, Mohan, I'm so glad. You found it very interesting. Okay, awesome stuff. Great. I'm loving the Josh now. I'm seeing the participation come through. This is what motivates me. Great stuff. So let's move on to part number 1, which is identifying the skills and experience. Okay. Interesting, Sandra. Thank you so much, Anuman. Okay, great. So guys, I want to tell you that any resume, Okay, there are three things. Sorry, any job description. I will correct myself. Any job description, there are three things. Okay, first, soft skills. Second, technical skills. Third, experience. Okay, soft skills, technical skills, experience. I'm going to quickly shift my slide so that I told you, like, I was using the the unfortunately I was using a cracked version, so I was not able to change it, but I have shown this on the slide right now. Okay, so your technical skills are the ones that you have obtained either through work experience or some education or some certification or some training. So what's a technical skill? Programming in C++, or the Porter's 5P marketing if you're an MBA, or knowing the debit credit rules. So these are all hard skills, right? Knowledge, you can say. What are the soft skills? Soft skills are basically indirect skills. They are skills like teamwork. They are skills like confidence. They are skills like communication ability. They are skills like having the drive and the willpower to complete things. Okay, all these indirect life skills that help you apply the hard skills. And third is the experience. Experience is actual application of these hard and soft skills to work or to your college projects or in life in general. So let me give you an example. So say your hard skill is C++ programming. Your soft skill is like I am a very determined person who always achieves my goals. What is an experience? An experience is not sleeping for 2 nights and working on a C++ project game and finishing a project which had 2000 lines of code in two days. So an experience is application of your hard and soft skills. Is everyone clear on this? Have I been able to explain this? Tell me clear if it is clear on the chat. If there are any doubts, you can ask me right now. Tell me clear if this is clear, because now you're going to do it yourself. Okay, I will repeat it once more for you guys. Hard skills is your technical skills that are relevant to your field. So if you're a programmer, it's the programming languages, it's the testing frameworks, it's the algorithms. If you're an MBA, marketing frameworks like advertising, digital marketing, or your HR experience, or in finance. So if you're in the finance, debit credit rules, accounting rules. If you're in law, it's all those laws. So these are all hard skills. Soft skills, very clear. So third point, experience is the application of these skills. So for example, if you're a law and a criminal lawyer, so your experience is I worked in Tihar jail with 3 people who are accused of murder using my knowledge of law. That's an experience. Accounting skills, okay, I use my knowledge of accounting as a CFA to balance the sheets of a company. Experience. If you're a programmer, C++, using C++ or Java to develop a code. Okay, if you're an MBA student, using your marketing skills to design the marketing strategy of a company that led to 5 crore revenue. Is this clear now? Sunny and the others? Yeah? Have you understood difference between hard skills, soft skills, and experience? Okay, great stuff. So let's go back to our original presentation. Okay, right. So let me first come back to this. Okay, let me show this to you in action. So I am going to put this on the screen. Now this is a job description of a staff accountant. Okay, now if you see in orange, these orange are your soft skills and your technical skills. So as a staff accountant, customer service would be a technical skill, but utilizing new technologies, right? I hope everybody can see the screen. Just tell me a yes on the chat if this is clear. Okay, great. Okay, that's it. Great. So, okay, so utilizing new technologies is a soft skill. Dynamic GP. What do you think dynamic GP is? Is it a soft skill or is it a technical skill? Tell me T or S on the chat. Let's make this very clear. Right, absolutely right. Mukul. Dynamic GP is the name. It's not dynamic. It's a technical skill. Okay, great. Bachelor's degree in accounting, technical skill, agreed? Right? 3 to 4. Okay, great. Awesome stuff. Microsoft DP, Word, Excel, these are all technical skills. Okay. Self-motivated. What do you think? Technical skill or soft skill? Okay, fantastic. Interpersonal skills, also a soft skill. Written and verbal communication skills. Okay, now here is one thing. Now you look at written and verbal communication skills. This is a soft skill in this job experience. But say you are going for a writing role or a content developer role, then your written skill is actually a technical skill. So a soft skill may become a technical skill depending on the job you're applying to. I hope this is clear. Okay, detail oriented, well organized, once again, soft skills, right? And then the ones in green are the experiences. Okay, so Dynamics GP and Excel, you use that to prepare balance sheets, profit and loss statements, and other reports to explain current and projected company financials. You use that to assist in preparing balance sheet. You use that to do year-end closes, full cycle accounting, full ownership of assignments. Now, in this case, full ownership of announcements could also be a soft skill, but this person has identified it as an experience because he can show that in his previous job he took a full ownership. So you can also, so there is no clear divide, but you can, I hope you guys are clear on these three things. Okay, what I want to show the magic to you is how a resume changes as per this. So now look at this. Now, because this person knows that he needs to reflect this in the resume, what has he done? In his summary, all the words that he's used, self-motivated, he's just plugged it in. Utilizing new technologies, what has he done? Expert in utilizing new technologies, including Microsoft Dynamics GP. He's also added some more skills that he knows. And he said in preparing profit loss statements, right? Strong written and verbal communication skills, he's put it in the summary. This is basically a keyword rich summary. Okay. Now you must be, okay, in my job, what do I write in my experience? So this person, Jackie Money, he could have done multiple things in his job. So at J&J Financials. But do you see what he has done? Even though he's done 1,000 things, he has mentioned prepared financial data exactly as per the job description. Why? Because he knows that the ATS is going to look for it. How cool is this? Okay, and here are some hacks for you. Wait, I'm going to ask the question to you one more time. A brilliant hack for you is, now on your resume, how many of you put the job title? Tell me this, guys. This job title that you see, how many of you put it? Okay, Mridul, that's great. Others? Okay, some of you do, some of you don't. Those of you who don't, guys, the moment you put the title that is there in the job description into your resume, ATS gives you plus 10. ATS will give you plus 10. Why? Because it's looking for staff accountants. Second cool hack. Look at this. If they have asked for a bachelor's degree in accounting, so the word is bachelor's degree. So what has he done? He has also put Bachelor of Science. He has not put graduate or a BTech. He has used the exact word because the ATS will be looking for bachelors. Guys, how are you feeling right now? Isn't this cool? Has anyone told you that this is the way to make a resume? And guys, we are just 15-20 minutes into it. Don't worry. All your questions are going to be answered. Right now, I just want to give you a brief. And what I want you to do is, on your own job description, then we go in for the break. I'll give you a time. So on those job description, I want you to quickly go through your job description right now. I have asked you to select your job description. I'm giving you a 2 or 3 minute time right now. And I want you to identify these 3 things from your own job description. Remember, I told you it's a workshop. So 2 minutes break, quickly identify the soft skills, the technical skills, and the experience in the job description that you have selected. And if you have any doubts, you can just copy paste onto the chat and I can help you with it. Let's do this, guys. Okay, so Sunny, from the bachelor part, what I was saying is that, okay, when they ask for a degree, right? So if the job description has mentioned that they require a bachelor's degree, right, in accounting. So you want to mention the full title, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. You don't want to put a BSc or a BTech or a BCom because the ATS cannot read it. Always on your resume, it's a good idea to put the full name of your degree, Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Science, etc., etc. Yeah, and also the university, the full name of the university. That's it. Okay, so let's do this. If there are any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, about 1 minute to go. Okay, so Priya, you don't need to make a JD. It's a job description. It is the company's job to make a JD, right? So every time a company is advertising a position, it will give you a job description. Your job is to go to Google and find a JD. Maybe you joined late. So if you just go to Google, you go to Naukri.com or LinkedIn jobs and try to find a job that's relevant to you, you will be able to find a job description. Yeah. Don't worry, you can do it right now. I'll give you some more time. We'll take a break at the 1 hour point. You can go and do it that time. Okay. Can I see the first page? Deepika, let's focus on this right now. I hope this is clear to you right now, right? So now all that we are doing is we are identifying that from the job description, right, which you have selected, what are the three things? The hard skills, the technical skills, the soft skills, and the experience. Yeah. I'm going to place that out for you in case you still are confused. This is what it should be. You should be able to identify the hard skills, the soft skills, and the experience. Okay, great. Tell me done on the chat if you're done, if this is clear to you. Okay, great. Mridul, thank you. Awesome. Mridul is like, okay, Mukul, awesome stuff. Great. Others, Sonali, fantastic. Okay, great. So most of you are done. I hope it's clear. I hope there are no doubts. In identifying this, it's very pretty easy, right? And you must be asking yourself, why have I never done this before? Yeah, cool. Awesome stuff. Okay, so great. So that's part one done. Okay, you can also go beyond the JD. So if you want to look for further skills apart from the job description, there are some typical soft skills, guys. Like I am results oriented. I have great communication skills. I take initiative. I am adaptable. I have willpower. I set goals and achieve them. These are great words to put in any resume. Okay. Sometimes if the job description is not available, you can also look at some companies. So for example, if you're applying for say a project manager in Microsoft, so and you cannot find a job description, you can just take a project manager in Google, right? And look at their job description. It will be very similar. So any competing company's job description, if you look, you will also find some more help. You can also look at the company website, their mission and values, and you will be able to find more skills. But trust me, the job description is more than enough. This is for all those N2 cutlets on the call today. You want to do more research, you can go and do it. Okay, this is clear. So obvious question, does this mean that you need to curate your resume for every job? Do I need to change my resume, right? My answer to you is this. Do you want the job? If yes, then you better. Right? Remember every job, and I can tell you this because I have done it for so many students. Once you have a standard resume, it just takes 10 minutes to incorporate the keywords from a new job description. Because it's not possible that one posting you're applying for a C++ developer and in the other you're applying for a lawyer. The job descriptions are going to be similar. So you just take 10 minutes and you change the keywords and just see the magic that happens. Okay, so that's it. Let's move on to, so first part done. Any doubts right now? Can we move on? Tell me move on, if I can move on the chat. Okay, great stuff. Okay, awesome stuff. Let's move on. Okay, so Prem, any such questions, we can discuss it in the break. Okay, right now let's move on. So summary. Okay, so the first question for you is obviously, right, should I write a summary or an objective statement? What's the difference between the two? Okay, so here is the thing. Remember, you know, when you're writing this thing, the first secret is that most companies hate objectives. You know why? You know what an objective sounds like? I am a C++ developer looking for a challenging opportunity to grow my skills and to contribute, etc., etc. You know what you're doing? You're talking about your own self. I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. Your resume is an advertisement. So it needs to be speaking about the company. Okay. It's a big break. I hope I'm being able to show this to you. That you need to talk about the company and not about your own self. Which is why you need to mention a summary. Why? Because a summary can list all the skills and experience you have that matches the job description and more importantly, the organization's mission. Is this making sense? Tell me MS if it is making sense on the chat. That why you need to have a summary and not an objective. Right? You want to summarize the key skills that is required in the job. Right? Which is why I give you an example. Right? This was my own objective statement. Seeking a position where I can contribute to the company's growth through dedication and application of my 2 years. Do you see what's happening? I'm speaking about my own self, my skills, my experience. I have not shown anywhere that I even know what the company wants from me and what I should be and what I have that actually helps the company. Yeah, Priya? So you want to write keywords and you want to write specific things that help the company, right? Don't worry. I believe in showing, not just saying. So I'm going to show this to you. Okay. Second thing that I want to talk to you is that the summary should always include the organization's mission statement. Okay, this is mind-blowing. Nobody's going to teach this to you, but let me tell you the logic behind it. Okay, so every company has a mission statement, right? Google, for example, has organized the world's information, right? That is their mission statement. So every company has a mission statement. Now the HR of the company, which reads your resume, they are hardwired to actually, say the mission statement like a robot at any meeting. So any Google meeting, what will the company say? The HR say, our mission is to organize the world's information into one page. Keeping this in mind, in the last quarter, we have done this. Agreed, right? All those are working. So anybody who's over here in the call who's already working? Anyone who's working? No, right? Okay, Mridul. Okay, Mridul is working. Mridul, can you corroborate this, Mukul? Any meeting, the HR always talks about the company mission. Agree? Do you agree with me? Right? Because they are hardwired to build the company mission. Okay, thank you, Mukul. Right? The leadership does that too. So now imagine an HR that is like a robot looking at mission. They read your summary and in the mission statement, they read their mission statement. You know what's going to happen, right? It's like you're attending a lecture and it's super boring, right? There are 1,000 people saying something. Suddenly the professor says, and all the PUBG fans will relate. You know what? PUBG is still available in India for 2 more weeks. What's going to happen? You're going to wake up from your sleep. What did you say, sir? Right? It's going to make your eyes light up. That is what happens when from 1,000 resumes, your resume has the mission statement. Is this cool? Right? Do you see how powerful this is to include the company mission in the summary? Again, it's like a concept that nobody will tell you guys, right? I'm telling it to you from an experience of doing so much of resumes and speaking to the HR, right? So I'll tell you how to do it. Don't worry. By now, of course, it's clear you need to use the job description as well. And then you craft your summary with these two things, the mission and the job description. So let me show you how to do that. So let's do an example, right? So this is Aflac. It's a company in the US, which basically, they deal in insurance. So you guys are experts by now. Read this mission statement and tell me what are the keywords you can find out from here. Let's see. Let's see if I've been able to train you in just 40 minutes. What are the strategic marketing? Fantastic, Priya. You get the first one. Okay. Quality products. Okay, Shrey, you get the second one. Fantastic. There are a total of 6. What's the third one? Come on, guys, participate. Okay, competitive prices is the 4th one. You guys missed out on quality services as well. Okay, great. Competitive prices is done. Best insurance value and consumers. Fantastic, guys. This is brilliant. Like this is awesome. I think you guys have already learned this. Everybody's got this. The six keywords, right? So now I want to show you. And in fact, most mission statements will have this word consumers. This you can expect is a common thing in all missions, right? You look at Sony, you look at Amazon, Google, they'll have this consumers word common. Okay. So what can you do? How do you incorporate this in the mission statement? Let me show this to you. And guys, pay attention. I hope you're paying attention. This is super interesting. So say you are applying to be an accountant. Okay. Now the part in orange is from the job description, right? Accurate accounting methods that will minimize expenses. But look at the part in gray. To contribute to providing the best insurance value for consumers by ensuring accurate accounting methods that will minimize expenses. Are you seeing this, guys? How I have, subtly put in the mission statement of the company into the summary. Let me show you one more example. So you are applying to be a customer service to ensure quality services from the mission through top-notch customer communication from the job description to provide the best insurance value. Are you seeing what's going to happen to the HR at the moment they read this? They are going to stop. Wow, I know this. Who is this Bahubali, right? If you're applying as a systems developer to develop and keep technology systems current and operating from the job description, what's that going to do? To afford competitive prices to achieve the best insurance value. Are you guys seeing how subtly you can just use the mission statement to build a summary that's going to hook the HR? Guys, what do you feel? Is this blowing your mind? Tell me MB on the chat if I have been able to blow your mind with this. Right? Okay, awesome stuff. Great. I can see that this is great stuff. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. So this is what is the of a summary, right? Now, one more thing in your summary is that, apart from giving this summarize, you also want to give one key accomplishment. I'll tell you why. Most resumes say, I'm an excellent team player. I have great drive. I have low cost. I take initiative. But it's like, okay, how do I know it? You are saying these things, 1,000 resumes are saying the same thing. Can you show me proof? So the second part of your accomplishment statement is actually being able to give proof. So I've taken the top 10 statements that appear across resumes and I've shown you how to change it. Okay. So instead of writing excellent team player, what are you supposed to do? Show that at my previous company or during this project that we were working, I partnered with sales and testing to cut the product cost by half. Okay. Anybody who is working, you should know that sales team and testing team, they hate each other. The sales team says, listen, I want my product ready. Give me the update. Give me the update. The testing team says, wait, let us first solve the bugs. So if you are showing that you partnered with sales and testing, suddenly you are proving that you're an actual team player. Okay. Again, bottom line orientation. This appears in a lot of the CFA candidate resumes, right? That they try to save money. Every resume has the same words. What if you said, my team's accounting process overall saved the company 50 lakhs in 1 year? Suddenly, the HR can see the proof. Okay. One more. Strong work ethic matlab kya? Can you show the strong work ethic? What if you as a developer said, taught myself HTML5 over the weekend in order to deliver the product to client on time? You're backing your statements with data like Hanuman has mentioned. Right in the summary. Okay. So Abdul, if you do not have any experience, your college projects, the 4 years of college is also an experience. Any project work you did, any fest you work with, everything is an experience. I organized a college fest where I coordinated 20 students core committee. I worked in a project of 4 people where we developed the revenue marketing strategy that got the best in class. So all your college work is also experience, right? But I will show you more ways of doing this. Don't worry. Okay, exceeds expectations matlab kya? Youngest employee to make full presentation to client at a strategy meeting during the first year at the company itself, right? So you want to quantify it. Seeking a challenging opportunity, say you're applying to Procter and Gamble. Why don't you mention looking to expand the cosmetics division for a large sized FMCG in Africa, right? So hosting a webinar is also an experience. Absolutely. So hosted a webinar for 10,000 people and coordinated, also an experience. Absolutely, yes. Okay. Don't worry. I'll teach you how to identify it right now. Is this clear to you? Right. So now based on this, guys, and this you'll not see anywhere, I have actually made a formula for the summary. Okay. I have made a formula for the perfect summary statement. First, it's an edge. The first thing introduces you, right? So say a passionate software developer. So use an adjective to introduce yourself, and remember your description needs to be short and relevant to the job description. So passionate software developer, systematic accountant, detail oriented researcher. You can say a brilliant marketing strategist. So 1 and 2 is clear, okay? And then you sneak in the company mission. So this guy, by the way, is one of my students who was applying to Sony. So Sony's mission statement was to create great entertainment for clients. So what did he say? Passionate software developer specializing in game development, because he was applying for the role of a game developer, looking to create great entertainment for clients. He sneaked in the company mission and the HR is hooked. Okay. Then he has shown one technical skill and he has shown the accomplishment that proves it. Won the Microsoft Coding Bootcamp in 2019 from amongst 10,000 participants by developing an AI-based diet calculator game. So he's shown the example of a game, right, in Python. Guys, I hope this is now clear to you. Tell me brilliant on the chat if you think this is a brilliant summary. Right? Awesome. Great stuff. Awesomeness. Okay, great. Do you think that you need to go to a resume writer to do this for your own self? Tell me yes or no. Can you do it for yourself now? Yes or no? Right? Awesome stuff. Great. That is my objective, guys. My objective is to teach it to you. It's not so difficult. Okay, great stuff. So with this, we are done with the second part. Right. Awesome stuff. Is everybody clear with this summary right now? Right. Now, the second part of a summary, guys, is remember. So, okay, let me go back a couple of slides. So since if you look at this slide, we had identified some soft skills and hard skills, right? So now because the ATS is looking for these hard skills and the soft skills, so it makes sense to specify it. So now this guy has mentioned a 4 bullet proof of summary. Your summary should not be so long. So I've given you the formula for it, but a very cool hack that you can do is after writing the summary, you can classify your skills into buckets. So at the very least, guys, pay attention. This is a little complicated. At the very least, you can say technical skills, soft skills. Okay. Technical skills, and what do you write? You write Microsoft Word, Dynamics GP, preparing balance sheets, Word, Excel, etc. Soft skills, detail oriented, interpersonal skills, verbal communication skills, so organized. So you can just mention the technical skills and soft skills into 2 separate buckets. Even better, if you can classify them further. So as a programmer, it's very easy. You can write programming languages, integrated development environments, testing frameworks, algorithms. So if you're in a business, so you can write marketing specifically, right? So digital marketing, or you can talk about, say marketing strategy. So you can make further buckets, but if it is too hard, just mention technical skills, soft skills, and write those words that are there in the job description. The moment you do that, no ATS in the world can ever, reject your resume. Is this clear now? I'm going to show an example to you so that when we go for a break, I'm going to show this example to you. But right now, is everyone clear on this? Any doubts you can, okay, last year as a question, not everyone would have such excellent accomplishments, right? So last year, right, so you choose the best one. Whatever is your best accomplishment that is relevant to the job, and you highlight that. Yeah, don't worry about it. As long as you give an accomplishment, it's going to make the HR go wow, because it's relevant. Okay. Others, what do you guys think? Is everything clear? Can I move on? Tell me clear, guys. 64 people on the call. You guys are not participating. Can we move on? Everybody, tell me clear. Tell me clear on the chat if everybody is clear on this. Okay, great. Fantastic. Awesome stuff. Okay, so before we go in for the break, okay, do you want to take a break right now, or shall we finish the third part and then take a break? I'm okay with both. Let's take a break. I think it's got quite heavy. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Okay, let's take a break first. Let me put escape. Let me stop the share. Okay, so before you guys go for a break, don't worry, we have a 2-hour webinar, so let's just take a break right now. Come on, guys. So in this 1 hour, how has it been so far? Tell me in one word. How has the session been so far? Lit, superb, insightful, great, fantastic, insightful, awesome, mind blown. Okay, great. One number, eight number. Okay, great stuff. See, one number sounds better in Hindi. Eight number. Okay, great stuff. Awesome stuff. So now what I have done for you guys is, like I mentioned to you, I have already made a resume generator for you, which I have already shared the link with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share the link with you once again, so that you guys are clear, all those who have joined late. Okay, so let me just share this link on the chat. Okay, great. So you have got the link. I'm going to share my screen and just take you through this. Remember, it's a workshop. So break means you're going to be working. Okay, so this is the screen that should open up for you. So you can mention your name here. You can mention your email. Guys, do this properly, because this form is going to generate a resume for you. A resume that beats any ATS. Okay, so you enter the address, you enter the LinkedIn profile. Okay, then the job title from the job description, mention it exactly, because it needs to appear in a resume. So for example, software developer. Okay, and then it might be, say, on brackets, games. So you mention the exact title. The job description, you already have it, just paste it over here. Okay, competencies as per HRSG, right now you leave it. Okay guys, why do what? Let me give me 2 minutes more before I go into a break. Let me show you a crazy thing. Okay, so apart from the fact that you guys can see my screen, right? Just tell me a yes if you can see my browser right now. Yeah, I'm going to come to that. Sonika, you guys can see my screen. Okay, so guys, be prepared to be mind blown again. Okay, what if I told you there was a tool that can actually extract the keywords that the ATS is looking for? Okay, what would you guys do? There is an actual tool that can extract the keywords based on which the ATS is designed. Do you guys want to know it? If you want to know, tell me. Yeah, Kalyu kya ye to? Absolutely. Only Hanuman wants to know. Come on, guys. Yes, okay, great. I see the Josh come through right now. So let me show this to you. 1 second. Okay, great. So I require a volunteer. So tell me one job description. Okay, Karthik has posted one. Okay, Karthik, since you have done it, I'm going to do it for you. So let's look at Karthik's job description. Okay, great. So software engineering. So let's copy the entire thing. Okay, you can do the same thing for your own software engineer. So you do a Control C. Okay, you come to your tool and you just do the hard job of pasting the job description, and you see competencies. You know what this tool will do? It will calculate all the keywords that need to appear in your resume for the resume to pass the ATS. How crazy is this? Tell me crazy on the chat if you feel this is crazy. Right? So, okay, let's see on the chat. Okay, super crazy. I am right. Don't worry. A lot more amazing stuff is coming up on the other side. But right now, I wanted to test it out. So the way this works is this is actually a company that for whom the HR perspectives are the clients. So they help the companies design the job description. We have just reverse engineered it and we're using it for our benefit. So like I said, you're like the next 1 hour is going to be crazy. So I'm going to share the link with all of you here. Okay, so this is the link. So you can go ahead onto this website. Let me go back to the screen, and you need to paste the competencies as per the HRSG over here. Okay, then okay, so let's just do something over here now. The soft skills, right? I mentioned the soft skills that you've already identified. Technical skills you've already identified. Experience required you have already identified. Then the job description, whichever company you're applying to, what is their mission statement? Google it, okay? And from that mission statement, what are the keywords that you've been able to extract? Okay, so like we did for AFLAG, I want to do the same. I want you to do the same for your own company, okay? And then press the next button. Okay, the job description, paste it here, and this is it. So when we come back, the time right now is 8 o'clock, right? 21:01. We meet back at 21:09. Okay, 9:09. I like the time. So in those 8 minutes, I want you to do this and press the next button. Okay, can we all do this? Is this okay? Tell me yes on the chat if this is okay. Okay, okay, awesome stuff. The link is taking you to the company website. It shouldn't. Is anybody else facing the same challenge? Okay, okay, let's see this again. No, it should open up this page, Midul. I just copied the same thing onto my own browser. Just see if you can do it in a laptop. Okay, others, can you help me? When you use this link, what's happening for you guys? I'm pasting the link again. It works? Okay, fantastic. Okay, great. So I am around. I'm just going to take a sip of water. I'll see you guys at 9:09 and let's do this. And I've okay. So to help you guys, I'm going to put the resume, the screen on this thing. So if there's anything you require help with, you can just use this. Let me just show this to you. 1 second. Yeah, you guys can get going, guys. Take a break, have some water if you want, and then let's get going with this. In the meanwhile, I'm going to show this slide to you so that you guys know that how to identify the soft skills, technical skills, and the experience. Yeah. So I'm going to leave this on the screen. So remember, the orange is the soft skills and the technical skills. The green is the experience. So let's do this. I'll see you guys back at 9:09. Okay, it's 9:09. Welcome back. Anusia, don't worry, I'll be answering your questions for you very soon. In the meanwhile, Anuj. Okay, so Anuj, am I currently serving or got retired? I'm still serving. How that's possible, you connect to me separately, I'll let you know. Okay, yeah. Okay, so others. Okay, any doubts at this point? Is the first part done? Have you clicked the next button? Yes or no? Tell me yes on the chat if everybody's done with part one. Can we move on? Okay, great. Others? What happened, guys? Where is everybody else? Okay, it's not yet done. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, I'll tell you what. Hold on. If those who have not completed, let's come back right now. Yeah. Okay, let's come back right now so that we don't, waste time. And what we can do is, okay, I see. I have not been spotlighted. Okay, great stuff. Yeah. Now you should be able to see me. Okay, I will be sharing all my contact details. Don't worry. Right now, let's move on with the session because you're getting late. Okay, all those who have not done, come back to the call right now. We can do it later. Okay, so I want to show you some resume formats from using my generator that people have made, right? So let's look at one, say for example, okay. So now this is Manisha's, she is also a student of mine, okay? So she has applied for, she's made a resume using my generator. Now this is what I meant, okay? So now in a summary statement, right? Proficient engineer with 2 years of experience, looking to design innovative solutions in enterprise to ensure the delivery of outstanding values and brand promise. This you can easily make out is from the mission statement, okay? In previous work experience, developed, tested, deployed, and features using Java, Spring Boot, Docker, and relational SQL, and increase the customer satisfaction by 50%. So she has used the exact formula. An adjective to describe herself, an engineer with 2 years of, this is a description, right? And then design innovative solutions, and this thing is the mission statement. And then she is given one relevant accomplishment that talks about the skills that are required in the current job. And then what has she done to ensure that her resume has the keywords? Coding languages, Java, Python. Web development skills, cloud native technologies, tools, and soft skills. Okay. If you are not a developer, you cannot find these buckets. You can just go for a simple thing like technical skills and soft skills. So if the job description has Oracle, Tally, Busy, Microsoft Office, mention those. Clear communication accuracy. From the job description, you can also add more if you want. That's completely up to you. Okay. The title that she's applying for is coming right on top, and the LinkedIn profile and the email is here. Okay. So let me just show you one more example. So Pranay, again, same thing. AutoCAD designer. So she's put his technical skills as SolidWorks, AutoCAD, MATLAB. Soft skills, collaborating with others, flexibilities, establishing focus. This is all from the JD or whatever he has seen. And from that, he's been able to make a resume. Okay, is everybody now, by the way, clear? His summary is not yet complete, but you can see proficient AutoCAD developer is there, right? Is this clear for everyone so far? You guys have got the summary clearly? Yes, no? Okay, let me open up the chat and just see this. Okay, fantastic. Okay, great. So fantastic. So then let's move on to part 3. So I'm going to once again share my screen, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the second presentation. Okay. So what I want to show you is the skill sets. I already mentioned to you, right? Technical skills and soft skills at the very least, then classify it into more relevant buckets if you can. One more thing, usually people write proficient, intermediate, basic. I find it nonsense. You know why? Who are you to say that you are proficient in C++ and you are basic in Java? Right? There is no quantification process. A lot of times I've seen the HR sees it and says, oh, you think you are proficient in marketing? What a joke. So you don't want to give the HR any idea to chew up. So don't use these words, just mention the skills, and in any way through your experience, you will be able to show if you are proficient or not. Okay. On the resume, just mention the technical skills. So remember, this is the part for you where you can reflect the job description and you take the ATS completely out of the equation. Okay. Moving on to your accomplishment statements. Okay, so let me just quickly go on to the second part. Let's see this. One second. Okay, cool. So we have done this. This is all done. This is all clear. Let's move on. Okay, great. So now, okay. So now this is a question that I know most of you have. So you look at your resume right now, and a lot of you must be wondering that I do not have accomplishment statements. How many of you have this? I do not know what to put. How do I show accomplishments? I do not have any accomplishment statements. Tell me if you are experiencing this right now, tell me EXP. Tell me EXP if you're experiencing this right now. Right? This is the major problem that I find with people, that I do not know what I have done. Okay, right. So I want to quickly break this down for you. Guys, believe me, you have enough experience statements. The problem is that we as people, we tend to, our mind is hardwired in a way, we feel ki humne kuch bhi nahi kiya. Right? What we have done is absolutely nonsense. And if you are working, then it's even worse. Now the HR doesn't want you to think that you have done something. Why? Then you start demanding for pay. You start, feeling that you are very important to the organization. They don't want that. So they try to cut you off and they show you that what you're doing is insignificant. But trust me, if you have been spending time with the company, they are paying you some money. That is because you're giving them at least a 10 into return. Our job is simply to identify. Similarly, your college is designed in a way that you have to have accomplishment statements. Every time you have done well in a subject, some of you must be thinking, I've never done well in a subject. Okay, at least you have played a sport. Have you taken part in a competition? Have you worked in any team? The moment you have worked in a team of 2 to 3 people to develop a project, it's an accomplishment. Have you have you organized any cultural fest, part of any committee? These are all relevant accomplishments. We just need to show how to project it. And let me show you how. Okay. Now this is something you'll find on the internet a lot. It's called the star. Okay. You need to show the people that you are a star. How do you do that? First thing first. Okay. So what I want you to do right now is bring into your mind one accomplishment. Any one accomplishment in your life, I want you to bring it into your mind. Okay. Done? Everybody's done. Just tell me done on the chat. All of you at least have one accomplishment. No. Tell me done. Everybody, one accomplishment? Okay, great. Now, the reason it was an accomplishment is because when you came in, there was a problem that required to be solved. Either a fest needed to be organized or a project needed to be submitted and there was a deadline. So there was a severity of the situation, right? What was the situation? That I needed to submit my project in 3 days. I needed to organize a fest and we had no budget. I was in the sports team and we were coming last and we had to come first. Have you understood? Is everybody clear on this? Tell me SIT on the chat if you are being able to identify why that situation was a problem, because of which you are being able to call it as an accomplishment. Everybody's clear? Great. Second part. Now I want you to think about it. Now that you had identified that the situation was problematic, there was a list of tasks, right? So for example, if it was a fest, okay, I need to, organize into 3 teams. We need to get sponsorship. We need to invite a celebrity guest. We need to, take care of the guests, housing. We need to do social media marketing. If it was a project, okay, we need to break down the project into, so many things. So what were the tasks? Did you convert the problem into tasks that were required to be done? So in a project, okay, we need to, these are the statements. We need to write 2,000 pieces of code and it should do this, this, this. Can you see that there were a list of tasks that were required to be done? Can everyone identify this? Tell me task on the chat if this is clear. Right? Everybody's clear on this? This is very easy. Then the third part comes, the relevant action that you took. Okay, so now to solve these tasks, what did you do? Okay, I broke it down into 3 teams. One team was responsible for funding. One team was responsible for inviting the celebrity. If it was a project, okay, great. So I divided the team into responsibilities. 2 people were doing the UI, 2 people were doing the research, and we compiled, one was making the report. So what were the actions that you took yourself or as a team? Is everyone clear? Tell me action on the chat if this is clear. This should be super easy, right? Action. Fantastic. Now comes the third and the most difficult part, which is what was the result? Okay. Now why this is difficult is most resumes, most HR is looking at the result, but we only talk about the tasks. Developed a project, did a project in Python in mechanical engineering, organized a fest in this thing, was the head of the college cultural committee. Nobody is interested in that. The HR wants to know what was the result. How did you quantify it? So what's a great statement on the resume? Did a mechanical engineering project that increased the cooling of the AC by 20%. Organized a fest that saw 20,000 students on ground, or organized a fest where we were able to invite 7 celebrity guests and we got a funding of 10 lakh rupees, or in the project submitted the code before the deadline and we got an A+ grade. So what was the result of what you did is what needs to be quantified in the resume. Can you guys identify the result from your own accomplishment? Tell me result if you can. Others, what do you guys think? Have you been able to do it? Fantastic. Yes to result? Right. Now you need to quantify this in your resume, guys. How do you do it? Let me show you. Okay. You literally have to show them you're a star. How do you do it? Look at this. Now this is one of my students who was working with the hotel industry. Okay. I'm not allowed to take the names. So let's just say the name was Hoyo. Damn, I'm very bad at this, am I not? So okay, so he was working with this company where he was working with the day stay. Now the day stay is basically a concept where, so usually you check in at 2 p.m. and you check out in the morning, right? So in the morning time from 10 to 2 or 4 p.m., the hotel is usually empty. So what this company did was they came up with a plan where you can check into the hotel at 10 a.m. and check out at 4 p.m. So they were utilizing the empty rooms. Okay. So now his accomplishment statement had implemented the sales strategy of a day stay leading to a 2 crore revenue. Do you see this? It is showing the result. But how can you make this even better? So I asked him that show me your star. Show me the situation, task, action, result. So what did he do? He told me the situation was that when I was assigned to the day stay team, so from a different team he got assigned here, it was in the red and not earning money for 6 months. Okay. Everyone in the team was afraid of losing their jobs. I said, this is not even coming out. Okay. So what were the tasks? The tasks was that I had to analyze the data. This guy was a data analyst, by the way, and find the root of the problem and then change the sales strategy. Okay. What was the action he took? Upon analysis, I realized that the key problem was idea adoption and there were repeat customers. So I suggested we add a complimentary night stay. What this basically means is people were not buying into the idea that I can check in at 10 a.m. and I can check out at 4. Like they felt it was a pointless waste of time. But what the data showed was that there were repeat customers. So when somebody actually did a day stay, they were coming back for more. So it was like Lays. Nobody can eat just one, right? So then what did he say? He said to increase idea adoption, let us add a complimentary night stay. So you check in for day, you also get the night free. Immediately, a lot of customers got on board and then they were repeating. Upon implementation, the adoption rate increased by 350%. Our revenue for the month hit 2 crores. So I said, none of this is coming in your statement. So how can you make it even better? Implemented an innovative sales strategy for day stay, leading to a 350% increase in customer adoption and 2 crores revenue in a single month. And you know how he showed the situation? The same product was in losses for the previous 6 months. Are you seeing the difference between the good and the brilliant? Tell me brilliant on the chat if you see why this is a brilliant resume statement. Right? If you don't agree, you can also say no. Why have only 2 people replied? If you think it's not brilliant, you can say horrible, crappy. Absolutely fine. Right? This is the power of using the star format, guys. Yeah, when you use the star format, you can make brilliant resume statements. So I'm going to summarize this for you and just see this. Okay, so you need to first of all, okay, remember this in this same this thing. Now this guy was a data analyst. Okay, so he should have written about what algorithms he used for analyzing the data. Why he has not written that, and he has spoken about sales strategy because he wanted to shift into a role of a sales strategist, which is why he's spoken about the sales strategy and he has not spoken about his technical skills as a data analyst and what algorithms he used to analyze the data. So demonstrate experience in the required skills. Now, since he's applying to a sales strategist, they don't care that you're a brilliant data analyst. They want to see, can you do sales? So he has demonstrated experience in the required skills. Second, of course, use the star format, but more importantly, and this is the framework of a resume, guys, that it always starts with an action word. So your resume statement needs to start implemented, developed, created, manufactured, researched, directed, coordinated. It always starts with an action word. Secondly, it focuses on the results by giving specific examples, by giving data. Increase the, so if you are doing social media, I increase the sales or the reach on the, or the number of Facebook likes by 100%. You need to quantify it as much as possible. So this is a little cheesy, but I want you to remember this. If you want your resume to be A plus, so the secret of an A plus resume is A plus R. What is that? Action and result. Okay, it's a little cheesy, but I want you to burn this into your brain that you need to focus on action and result. Okay, don't worry, I'm giving you enough of examples so you will know how to do it. Right, so let me give you some examples. Managed human resources department for division. So remember, it starts with an action word, but what did I do? Directed human resources. I have quantified it for 1100 employees, division of a Fortune 500 company. Okay, directly supervised 7 HR managers and managed a budget of rupees 30 crores. Even better. Okay, worked with a team of 12 responsible for providing printing equipment. Now look at what this guy has done. Instead of saying work with a team of 12, he's used the word coordinated, and then he's made multi-generational and team of 12 sales, administrative and technical support. Why do you think the second part is better than the first part? What do you guys think? Tell me on chat. How is the second statement better than the first statement? What do you guys think? Yes, Bhavyashri, absolutely you should. Absolutely you should. I'll teach you how. Yeah. What do you guys think? Come on. What is the difference in the first and the second statement? Right. So Hanuman, that's great, right? When you're doing multi-generational, it will give a matured guy look. Why? Because you're leading somebody who is 20, somebody who is 30, and somebody who is 40 years old. Right? It is showing off. Second thing, instead of saying a team of 12, what has he done? He has shown that the team had sales people as well, administrative people as well, and technical support as well. What does it mean? You are working with people from different verticals, which is brilliant. Okay, so and then of course he's quantified it by showing 18 states across India. So he's quantifying it as well with the result. Okay, let me give you one more example. Do I have it? Okay, no. So now let me give you some more specific examples because this is all very experienced. So let's go back to the resume that Manisha has made. Okay, now look at this. So in her experience, she's a software developer. She's started with an action word: developed, tested, deployed, which drastically increased customer satisfaction by 50%. Do you see this? She has shown the result and then what she used. Strategically implied on design of features, okay, gained the full understanding of software engineering. Automated the code coverage process, and you can identify this in your projects as well. What was the cool thing about the projects you have done in college that reduced the tracking time by 50%? Okay, deployed microservices in multi-tiered systems that increased productivity, which resulted in 50% customer satisfaction. All your statements on the resume need to be in this format. And okay, one more thing. Okay, so this is the this thing. So like I said, everything for me is formula based. So I gave you a formula for your summary. I have also made a formula for the accomplishment statement. Okay, let me show that to you quickly. Right. So skill sets is done. So even now, if you're not being able to identify, you will be able to find accomplishments in your work experience, in your internships if you have done them, in your academic projects and competitions, in any extracurricular activities, in your coursework, any group activity you have done. If not college, maybe in school you've organized. And by the way, even life, maybe you've organized a trip to Goa for 20-30 people. It becomes a brilliant accomplishment. Now, one of my previous students, he lost his father when he was in class 12. So he handled his entire father's portfolio and he was earning 25,000 rupees from just investing in the share market. And this is a brilliant accomplishment that you can write in your resume. So don't forget to even look at life. Any accomplishments you've done outside of your school and college can also be accomplishments. Okay. And this is your formula. Okay. 3 things. It starts with an action word. Secondly, how did you measure the action? Third, so the second part is the result and the third part is the action. Okay, I've given one more example because this is relevant to college. Selected as one of the 230 participants nationwide for an 18-month professional development program for high achieving diverse talent based on leadership potential, ability to contribute. So if you see, he has shown a measurement that he was one of 230 participants from the entire nation. He has shown the result. And what was, and by the way, this is the one. So if you look at 4 and 5, why I say no pronouns is, a lot of people on the resume write, I did this, I did this. You never use I. You always start with the action word. Secondly, you never say showed excellent teamwork, showed initiative by doing this. Because then you come off as somebody who is very proud. What do you mean you showed soft skills, right? So when you say that, worked in a team of 5 where there was a lot of, and resolved the conflict, you're already showing the teamwork. So you don't write the soft skills, you only show them through the accomplishment. But this example I've given is a very cunning way. It's a hack. So what he has done, he has not shown that he has got leadership potential or ability to contribute. He has shown that the program I was selected for required me to be high achieving and having diverse talent. So he has sneakily shown that he is actually high achieving and he has got diverse talent and he has the ability to lead. Are you seeing the sneakiness in this? Is everyone clear on this accomplishment statement? Are you guys clear as how to make this? Is this formula making it clear? Tell me clear if you're clear on the chat. Everybody's clear? Yes? Okay. Are you guys ready to get your mind blown? Do you guys want to get a brilliant tool that I've made for you? Vipul, I'll repeat myself. Tell me yes, if you want to see a tool that I've made it very easy for you. Let's go. Okay, great stuff. So let me show this to you. You guys can see my screen right now? Yeah? Can you see my screen? Just tell me yes if you can. Okay, great. So, so since you guys can see my screen, let me show you a very cool tool that I have made for you guys. Now, right now, you will not be able to access it because it's restricted, but I will give you access to this provided you do something. Okay. So what I have done for you is I have made a list of the most powerful resources in the world. Okay. What I have done is, so look at this. So, so for example, what I have done is these action words. Okay. If you have led a project, what are the action words you can use? If you have brought a project to life, what are the action words you can use? If you changed or improved something, what are the action words? If you managed, what are the action words? Forget this. Look at this. Depending on the industry you are in, okay? So if you are in management, MBA, what are the words you can use? If you are into research, what are the words you can use? If you are in technical, you're a developer. So adapted, assemble, build, calculated. I have made a list of all the words that you can use to start your resume statements. So if you have a financial statement, administered, conserved, corrected, determined, everything is done for you. You want to include volunteering work, adapted, arranged, assisted, cared for, clarified, coached. Okay. Not only that, so how do you measure your accomplishment? Even for that, I have made a list of all the words you can use to quantify what you have done. Did you increase X by Y%? Was there some sales? Was there an ROI? Did you manage a budget for your fest? Did you work with some professors, right? You work with this with the head of the department on some project. Did you increase the audience size? Did you build a system? Did you save time? Okay, in a project you save the time. Okay, number of locations you work with, percentage of target. You can say number of lines of code, number of website hits, data size. You reduce the latency, number of bugs. I have given you ways by which you can actually show the result of your accomplishments as well. Guys, how are you feeling right now? What do you think about this? Do you guys want access to this? What do you think? Bahubali sheet? This is cool, mind blowing. Okay, awesome. So I am going to give this to you. HR ki band bajne wali hai, absolutely, right? I am going to give this to you. I'll tell you how at the end of the call. So you need to wait for that. Okay. Right now, have you guys understood the accomplishment statement? Any doubts at this point? Accomplishment done. This is magic. Okay, great stuff. So let's move on. Now it comes to the format. Okay, a lot of you are asking that where are certifications, projects, etc., right? Now here is my deal to you. So now when you are going to write your format, to select your format, and this is horrible on the internet, do not go by what you read on the internet. Follow what I'm going to teach you right now. Okay, so to understand what format to use, you need to first understand that what are the blocks in your resume. Okay, so your resume starts with your contact info. From here on, your resume will always have a skill summary, right? Obviously, I told you why. The experience, then the accomplishments that you have. This could be the project work or some, some fest you have led, etc. In fact, if you're a college student, you have more accomplishments and less experience, right? Then the competencies and the skills that you have, then the education and the certifications, and then there are other things. Now, here is what I'm going to tell you, and listen carefully. Okay. And format simply depends on what you want to show off. Okay. If your experience is strong, then the experience comes on top. But if your accomplishments are stronger in terms of project work or whatever you've done, obviously your project goes to the top and experience comes down. So an optimal resume format simply depends on what you want to show to the HR and what you want to hide. Okay, so these are the three main formats that there are. Now everybody knows a chronological resume, because this is where after the summary you immediately write your experience. Now this is great for somebody who is seeking a job similar to previous positions. If you have a lot of work experience, right? If your career is in a steady line, academics, BTech, masters, then PhD, it's a great. But for a fresher, this is a horrible format because you do not have any experience. How do you even put it, right? Of course, if you're doing your MBA, you can still use it because you may have some experience and you've done an internship. That's fine. But usually when you do not have experience, what you want to go for is you want to go for a different resume format. So a functional resume format, simply if you see, it puts the experience at the bottom, okay? And on the top, it tells your projects, your accomplishments, all this, co-curricular activities you have done. It is what goes on top, okay? Even in a creative job, if you've done a lot of freelancing work, you can put all your accomplishments on the top, right? So when accomplishments go on top, it becomes a functional resume. And A lot of times it cannot be like, there's a clear distinction. Then you use a combination resume where depending on your specific requirement, you can put the specific section on top. So for example, if you see, if you're a student, what you can do is you can put the education and it goes on top, right? Your accomplishment and experiences, depending on what you want to put, you can put that block on top. Is this now clear to you guys? So as a fresher, do you see it's so much more easier to use a combination resume versus what the internet says? Now, has everybody understood what format to use? Yes? Great. I'm sure nobody's taught this to you ever in this way, right? Made it so clear, right? Okay, great. So now that you know your format, right? So Vipul, if you're looking to share your career track, shift your career track, then you want to use a functional resume, right? Because you want to show the relevant accomplishments that can help you in your new career. Okay. Okay, great stuff. So once that this is clear, let me give you an example. Like, I believe in showing and not telling. Okay, so let me show you an example. So now this guy is a complete fresher. Look at this. He's put his title, and okay, let me annotate. As you can see, he's put the job title, right? Entry level marketing associate. I've already told you how to show the summary. Okay, he has put Bachelor of Arts because that is how an ATS looks for it. A full name. Now GPA. The reason he's put his GPA is because it's good. Okay, if your thing is, it's 5 out of 10, then you do not want to put it, guys. Hide it, because at least, okay, by the way, this is only for off-campus recruitment. On your on-campus requirement, if you're required to put it, you have to put it. But for off-campus, you need not put it. And secondly, if you see, he has not put anything about his school, which makes sense. Okay, let's move on. Now I want to show you, wait, let me clear this. Right. So now if you look further down, now he doesn't have so much of job experience. So he has one, this thing internship that he's put, but look at this. Because he's applying to be a marketer, he has put a section called leadership activities, and he has mentioned all the leadership activities that he's done in college. Similarly, so if you're a coder, you can just make a section called projects. If you are a marketing, this you can just talk about all the marketing activities, accomplishments. So you can create a section like this, and then you can show off all the college work that you have done relevant to the job. Is this making sense to you guys? Yeah, let me see. I see some chats. Give me a sec. What is the chat saying? Okay, fantastic. Okay, great. So no more questions on this. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I think I'm okay. Now, if you're a mid-level resume, then of course it makes sense to have a chronological resume, because you have done this all your life. So look at him. He has focused on making a chronological resume, and he's put all the experiences on top, and he's put all the companies from 2011 to present. This is a perfect example of a chronological format. And if you see, the education has gone to the end. Okay. Now, I've already taught this to you, the summary, and then put all your skills. Okay. Now, why this is such a bad idea? Why is this a bad idea? And guys, this is going to blow your mind. Please pay attention. Do you guys know that most ATS systems, they cannot recognize tables? You must be thinking that, really? How many of your resumes actually have tables? You have made a table and you've put all the academics inside that. Let me see. How many of you has it? You have tables? Right? Only Middle and Hanuman. Others? Do you have tables in your resume? Your resume is a table. Now, here is my craziness to you, that the ATS, they cannot recognize tables. So any information, now for example, this guy has made a table. That's why he's been able to put it in 3 columns. An ATS system may not be able to read what's inside. Right? So for your placement, it's okay. But when you guys are making it on your own, it's a much better idea to make a resume like this, right? Which is why, if you see, let me close this. If you see my resume, if you see what it does, it doesn't use a table. It puts it into brackets, and then it uses a simple text to highlight all your keywords. Okay, I've given you, I think I've told you all the hacks for the ATS guys. Okay, so this is the second part of your resume. Okay, I will answer those questions. It's coming to it. Is everybody now clear with the accomplishment statements? Is it clear? Right? Okay, any doubts at this point? Okay, so we are done with most of it. Last 10 minutes is left, guys. I require your attention because this is an important part. Yeah, I'm coming to the photo part. Don't worry, I'm coming to it. Okay, so now how do we polish it for power and impact? So first thing to know, what not to put. Right, as you can see, the photo is covered with the question mark. Don't worry, all your questions will automatically be answered. So first thing first, obviously you never an objective statement. I have made this clear. Second thing, and guys, I know I have a paid workshop, but I'm going to give this to you free of cost because I am doing this collaboration with MFL, so it's worth it. So now you never ever put your salary expectations or history on the resume. Okay, you must be wondering why a lot of companies ask for it. Let me tell you, I was at a networking event. Okay, there were all these HR people. I was going to talk to them. So there was a group of HR managers who were talking and they were laughing loudly. So I went and they have a circle. So I put myself in between and I was interacting, hoping to start to say something. But you know what they said? This guy was speaking that, I was hiring this guy. He was a computer engineer from some college, right? It was not an IIT. So it was great. And he's a brilliant guy. So once I wanted to pay him like a salary of 18 lakhs a year. But obviously I didn't want him to know that. I could have paid him 18 lakhs because he was brilliant. So I asked him that what salary do you want? Okay. So now this guy thought he was uncomfortable. The moment you ask this question, the candidate becomes uncomfortable, right? So he said, sir, I think 12 lakhs will be very good. Okay. And all these HR managers are laughing. And he says that I was laughing inside, but outside I had a poker face. I said, 12 lakhs, that's a lot. But you know what? You have done well. You should be happy. I'm giving you 12 lakhs. This HR manager he made a fool of the candidate. He's paying him less than what he deserves. And they were all laughing, and all the HR managers were laughing and sharing their own stories. Why I am telling this to you guys is this is a reality. Okay. The company is going to try to find out what is your expectation of salary so that they have the table. Your job is never to reveal the salary yourself, at least not in the resume. Is this a crazy hack? Do you see the power of this simple hack I've given you? Tell me power on the chat if you realize the power of this hack that I've given you. What do you guys think? Right, I know so the next question is, how do we answer this? I have a separate course for that. I will tell you how if you join that course. I'll tell you details about it later. Yeah, what to say, I'll tell you. Apart from this, personal data, guys, age, marital status, excellent health. Some resumes have excellent health. Oh my God. Unless you're applying to Cure Fit or a gym, you never put this. Okay. And you never put your age, your date of birth, and your marital status. It's just a waste of space. And you guys are freshers. But let me tell you, a lot of HR managers in India. Now, I don't need to tell this to you. You know how India is, right? So a lot of people, if you are married, they do not want to hire you. Why? Because they feel that your professional focus will not be there. Or if especially with the girls, if you're expecting a children, they are biased. It's terrible. It should not be that way. But if you put it in your resume, the HR will automatically reject it. So never put your age, marital status, and excellent health in your resume. Third, personal interests and hobbies. Like I see people who put playing the guitar. Like, are you going to be sitting in your boss's office and playing the guitar? Why do you want to waste precious resume space on putting your hobbies? Unless they are relevant to your job, never put a hobby or a personal interest. Reasons for leaving previous jobs in the resume cover letter, you should never put it. Okay? Photo. Why a photo? Okay. So in India, putting a photo is absolutely okay. Okay. There is no problem. But when you're applying for a job outside of India, it's better to check once on Google whether it is right or not. So for example, if you're applying for a job in the United States, if you put a photograph on your resume is immediately rejected. Anyone can guess why? Let's see. Why do you think? In the US, you put a photograph, resume is rejected. Why? Right. You guys have got the answer. It's racism. So they have a lot of problems of racism. So the moment they see that the resume has a photograph, they reject it straight away because somebody might put a lawsuit of them that seeing the photograph we were not selected later. So they just avoid that problem altogether, and there is no photograph on the resume. But in the European countries, it's okay. In India, it is okay. Okay. So it's completely your choice. But if you are putting a photo, please make sure that you look professional. It should be in a professional outlook. You should have a formal suit on. That's great. Yeah. Okay, great. So again, so it's not something relevant. Remember, your resume is brilliant because of the content. Okay. If you can show the right content, it's perfectly fine. But you can also have a photograph. It's completely personal choice. In India, whether you have it or not doesn't really make a difference. You can have it if you want. Okay. Eye candy, guys. I remember so I was doing a course, of course. So they gave an example, and it stuck to my mind. So I keep repeating this. So there was this guy called Candy. Okay, I think his parents hated him, so they named him Candy. Now, what this guy did to make matters worse is when you have a background. So on the background of his resume, he put photographs of candy canes. Guys, if you do this, the HR will not even read your resume. He'll tear it into a waste power bucket and put it down. Yeah. So you want to keep it very simple and nice. If you go to Zeti and Novo Resume, they suggest these 2-column resumes. They say that you put a 4 out of 5 star, 5 out of 6 star, right? Listen, you want to be very careful because an ATS cannot read it at all. So you at least you make sure that the photographs, the text is not a part of the photo, so the ATS can read it. But trust me, I feel a best resume is one which is simple with highlights for your sections and simple text. It's anyway the best deal ever. Okay, and you never put referrals on request in your resume as well. Cool. This is what you don't put. And now in terms of polishing, what else can you do? Okay, now I'm going to show you how to polish the resume and how to hack it. Are you guys ready? Tell me hack. Guys, I think we are done almost. It's 51. Last 10 minutes before I wrap up the session. How many of you want some crazy hacks for your resume? What do you guys think? Shall we hack it? Let's do this? Okay. Awesome. Let's do this then. First hack I have already given you. Great. Some of you on the call, right? This website will give you all the keywords that the ATS is using. So you will be able to use it, right? Second hack. Okay. Once you have identified the soft skills, technical skills, you're writing your resume. Guys, I know a lot of you must be already using it. If you are not, the first thing you do today after leaving this call is install Grammarly. Okay. It's a brilliant tool which will tell you what are the mistakes in your resume. It identifies mistakes even better than Microsoft Word's own calculator, right? Hanuman, if you use it, you know it. You must use this app because let me tell you, a lot of times you cannot, there is a repeat word or there is a spelling mistake that you cannot catch. And guys, if that is caught by the HR, gone. Even if your resume is great, you know what is the impression that comes through? This guy has not even bothered to do a spell check on their resume. And guys, 79% of all resumes have at least 2 spelling mistakes or some grammatical error on their resume. You might think that, okay, I am brilliant in English, but trust me, use Grammarly and make sure that there is no spelling mistake. Okay. Once this is done, your resume is ready. Be ready to be mind blown. This is the third hack. Okay. Now I've told you about this thing. So now, okay, this hack because I've already given you this hack, you can forget. I want to talk about the fourth hack for you. Okay. So Resume Puppy is, by the way, a free resume builder that you can use, but you don't need to use it because I have made an even better one and I've already shared it with you. But this hack, Job Scan, let me show you what this does. Okay. Now that you have done your resume, you want to know that, okay, will my resume pass the ATS? How have I done? Have I been able to reflect the JD? Guys, this website, when you upload your resume and the job description here, it will tell you your ranking for the resume, and it actually acts as an ATS and tells you if your resume will beat the ATS or not. Okay, let me show you a sample. So if you, when you do a try sample and job, so you need to paste your resume and the job description here. This is automatically showing you what it does. But when you do it for your own things, just look at what this does. Okay, this tool is going to show you the ATS findings. It's going to show you the skills match. So the job description has 43 skills. Your resume only has 17 out of them. It will show you, okay, ATS tip. So look at this. So now this is an Amazon, right? So it says that if you mention the Amazon web address, we can tell you better things. Putting the company mission. You are missing two important high value skills. Your job title is matching. Okay, education is matching. Section headings are matching. Date formatting is matching. Okay, what is date formatting? So usually the ATS, so September 2020, right? So when you put that, it's great. But the moment you put 0109 2020, etc., so it is possible that the ATS cannot read it. So if you look at the generator that I have, look at this experience. It's January 2019 to March 2020. This is the perfect ATS friendly date format. So your ATS will never get confused with the date and not be able to read your experience. So JobScan does it for you. Based on it, it will give you a match rate. This is not a great match rate. Ideally, you want your match rate to be 80%, and then you can be assured that the ATS will pass your resume. How cool is this tool? What do you guys think? Tell me on the chat. Saving life, savior, cool, very cool. Others, what do you think, guys? Last tool of the session. Crazy, amazing, bahut hard. Guys, this is what, it's so easy it is. Yeah, this is how easy it is. Thank you so much, Prem, for that. I'm so glad you feel that way. Right? So I can make a lot of money in, charging people to make the resume for them. But I feel that's just stupid, right? It's so easy. In 2 hours, I can teach you how to write your own resume. I had promised you at the beginning of the session that you will never need to pay one more rupee to an interview writer or use JobScan, Zeti, anything, because I am going to teach you exactly how to make your resume. Guys, out of 10, how do you think I've done? Have I been able to do it for you? How to beat the ATS? Have I been able to teach you how to do a resume? Yeah? Are we done at this? Okay, great. Awesome stuff. Okay, great stuff. Let me stop my share right now. So at this point, we are done with our 2-hour workshop. Okay. So I promised you a couple of things, right? The first thing I promised you is that I'm going to share the resources with you. I will, okay. So all those people, okay. So if you, as I have got your email addresses, but what I need from you guys, okay, let me share my screen once again. I will share all the details. We will have a Q&A. Let me first complete. Okay. So remember this tool that I shared with you. So where is it? Let's see. Right. So you have already done part 1. The second part, I already showed you how to write the skill summary. I'm just quickly revising. So if you look at the skills summary formula, right? I've given the formula to you. Adjective, relevant JD, you sneak in the company mission, you write one accomplishment to give proof, right? So you should be able to write your summary statement. So I want you to write the summary statement over here. Now skill set 1, I told you, right? So at the very least, you must write technical skills, and your skill set 2 is your soft skills. Okay, guys, pay attention, last 2 minutes. So you need to mention your technical skills, and then you can write C++, Java. I'm so sorry, there was this thing, C++, Java, etc. So similarly, you can find your own skill buckets. Ideally, you should have at least technical skills and soft skills, but if you want, you can also have more skill sets. So you could have it as, say, programming languages, okay? And then you can write C++. The second thing could be, say, testing frameworks. So you can decide, etc., whatever your this thing is. So remember, the skill set is the title. You'll have a semicolon, and against that skill set, whatever you're writing are going to be your other skill sets, right? So you quantify skill set 2 by saying, say, okay, whatever testing framework, you can use React, etc. Skill set 3 should be your soft skills, okay? And in the soft skills, you can just use the job description, plus you can use whatever, right? Initiative, takes initiative. I have drive, willpower. So whatever you want to add, you can add over here. Go on to the next. Now I have given you, okay, skill summary, okay, passionate, developer, etc. Okay, so you can just add that summary, go to next. I'm just teaching you how to use this tool. Company. So if you are working in a company right now, you want to put your company name and location and your job title over here. If you're not working right now, you can leave it blank. So for example, if I'm not working, so but I have an internship in my last year, say in Google. So here you write the Google, you can write Delhi, and you can write your job title as a software developer, okay, or a software developer intern, whatever is relevant. Your beginning month, why I've done it this way? Because you have taken the ATS out of the equation. So March 2019, right? And it ended, say, in September 2019. Okay. Here are your accomplishment statements. Remember the formula? Develop, okay, C++ code. Remember, and you need to show the result that reduced or that increased algorithmic efficiency, right, by 50%. Okay, and then you can give, so I'm just giving it in short. You can also give the actions you took. Okay, wrote 5 new classes and whatever, right? So you can just mention your accomplishment statement over here. So similarly, I've given you space like this for it. You can, however is relevant, you can fill it up. None of this is compulsory. So whatever is relevant, you fill it up. Now for all the college students, all the projects you have done. So say it could be a banking software. Okay, you can write down all your projects in the reference, you can give it. So maybe it was a part of your final year project, or you could give any reference. So it could be a mechanical engineering competition, it could be some anything. So you can give the reference to it, describe the project, develop a code, right, blah blah blah. So you write a description, you can give more project references if you want. You can go to next. So you want to add, so now here is a college section. So it could be, say, for me it was National University of Singapore, right? So write the full name. Remember, write the entire degree. I've given the detail to you here. So you write Bachelor of Technology, Computer Engineering, write the beginning month, okay, July, and then beginning year is 2007. So complete this. Remember, this is completely optional. If it is worth showing off, you write it. If it is not, you don't write it. So for me, it was average. I had 3.14 out of 5. So I choose to write it. Next, you want to add a section. So you say, for example, you want to add certifications, okay? Or you want to add a section, say, volunteer work, okay? Or you want to add a section like, say leadership activities, okay? Whatever you want to add, you can add a section over here, okay? And then whatever points you want to write, if there is a date, you can add it, or you can leave it blank. And at this point, what you can do is you can submit. What this generator will do for you is it will send you an email with your job as well as a generated resume. Let me show this to you. Okay. So when you come to my inbox, I think I should already have it, but let me just refresh it once. So you guys will get an email with your resume and the job description. Look at this. Okay. So SDF's resume. So when you open it up, you know what's going to happen? It has made a resume for you guys. The name with the title, your email, your phone number, your LinkedIn profile. Look at your skill summary, your entire skill statement, all the languages. So this is all blank. You can just delete it. Okay. Your experience, any experience that you had, it will add that experience. You can just delete the other parts. The projects, let's go down. All the projects you made, it will show you. Leadership activities, it will show you. And even your education, it will show you. And guys, this is all ATS friendly. This is all in the right format. No ATS in the world can reject it. And unlike most resume developers where they allow you to download only a PDF, you will get an editable format which you can change, chop as per your requirement. And I'm giving this to you absolutely free because I want you guys to make the right resumes. What do you guys think, guys? Isn't this tool cool? I'm sure you never expected that you'll get so much from this session. What do you think? Do you want to ever use a Novo resume or Zeti and pay money? What do you guys think? Okay, so here is the deal for me. You have already attended the first workshop, right? I've already shared this link with you. By tonight 12 a.m., all of you who submit the resume to me, I will not only give you a free review, I will review your resume for you and send it back to you. And I will also give you access to this toolkit where you have all the words, all the results, everything. I will give you access if you make your resume. Why? Because I know that this is brilliant, but as students, you have so busy, right? Watching Netflix, watching so many things in your life. You hardly have any time in life. So even after this, you don't make the resume. I don't want that. I want you to sit down today and make the resume. And before 12 a.m., if you submit it, then I will automatically give you access to that resource. Is this cool? Tell me cool on the chat if this is cool. Are you guys in for this? You guys want to submit? Cool, very cool. Yeah, buy the form. So when you click on this form, okay, let me just share the link one more time for you guys. Okay, let's see this. tiny.cc/ okay, Urefy, that's the name of my company, resume generator. Okay, so this is the link. Okay, 1 second, guys, this is wrong. 1 second. Control C, Control V. Okay, great. Urefy resume generator. Give me a sec. Right. So this is the link. Can one of you just test this out for me and see if it is working? Just let me know if it works. This type works if it is working. It should not be a problem, but just in case it doesn't. Is it working, guys? Tanmay says no. Oh, okay. The link works. Not the first one, the second one. The U is in small, guys. Right? The second one. I'll once again paste it. It's working. Okay, great stuff. In listening to this entire presentation, and I'm so glad I've been able to do this for you. If there are any questions that you have right now, please feel free to shoot. I'm around for 10 more minutes.